Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. What an exciting day. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Dave Carmichael, Chairman Dave Carmichael, Paulding County Board of Commissioners. And we are fortunate here to have our full Board of Commissioners and so many other special people here today. But the board, on behalf of the Board of Commissioners, we would like to just thank you all for being here, taking part in this special event for Paulding County. We are thrilled and we are excited and we are honored to have Governor Deal here. He has done so much for Georgia over his 8 years, and we just look forward to his word to us. We also have Commissioner Arthur here with us, who's the head of the Technical College and Education System of Georgia, and he's going to introduce the governor. But first I'd like to say something about him. He has been an educator as his career, and he has gone back to Rabun County, and he has been a principal there and the superintendent of schools for 13 years in Rabun County. He was tabbed at that point to come on board to oversee the technical colleges by Governor Deal. And I guess I should mention that he played football at that school over in Athens. And so he wasn't obviously just a football player. He received actually a scholarship or a Distinguished Scholar Award from the National Association. So at this time, I'm just going to turn the podium over to Commissioner Matt Arthur.
Only a Vanderbilt person would really say that. Thank you very much for that introduction. It is my honor this morning to introduce our governor, Nathan Deal. From his first days in office in 2011, Governor Deal has been a tireless advocate for the people of Georgia. And you can look at his record, and I'm not going to go through it, but when you look at what he's done in education, from birth all the way through higher education, when you look at business and industry, prison reform, transportation, and jobs. And not just jobs, but careers. And that's one of the reasons we're here today. What these programs produce are careers, and that's a big difference. He understands that in order to create economic growth, Georgia must have a skilled workforce. Governor Deal's been able to take very complex problems, cut through all the argument, the debate, and the doubt, and create solutions that the people of Georgia can understand and put into action. And a lot of people have plans and a lot of people have visions, but a true leader is able to put them into action. So it is my privilege to serve under Governor Deal, and it is my privilege and honor this morning to introduce our governor, Nathan Deal.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Arthur. I appreciate that. And he wasn't just on a football team. He was on the 1980 National Championship team. Before I begin my remarks, I'm going to ask all of the members of the Georgia General Assembly delegation if they would come please stand with me here today, because the announcement that we're about to make is one that they have been a part of, and they have been encouragers in this regard. And to follow through with this announcement, those that will be back, and there will be most of them will be back, they're going to be asked to follow through into next year's budget as well. So I appreciate all of you showing up. It's fall, isn't it? Thankfully, finally, it is fall. And I thank you for taking time to be with us here today. What a beautiful airport facility you have. What a gorgeous room this is. I usually go to smaller airports and we get in an oversized broom closet. You have a tremendous facility here, and I compliment you on that. As Commissioner Arthur mentioned, what we have tried to do in Georgia is to grow ourselves out of the Great Recession. And we were hit extremely hard by that Great Recession. We did it in an orderly, logical, and successful manner. And the members of the General Assembly have been an integral part of the reforms that we put in place and the changes that have actually been very, very beneficial to us. The same is true for your local officials, and I compliment them. They're in the audience today. I have worked with many of them over the last almost 8 years now, and they have been great partners with us as well. So this is a team effort. And what we're talking about doing today is one that I believe will benefit not just your immediate area, but will benefit the state of Georgia as a whole. And that is, we're announcing today that we're going to create an aviation academy right here at Silver Comet Field. This will be approximately a $35 million capital investment. It will be another example of the partnership between the state and local level officials, and it will certainly be something that all of us will see the benefits of in the next several years. I want to thank Commissioner Carmichael and the members of the Paulding Commission for donating the land that will be needed to house this academy. And I also, of course, as I said, thank the legislative delegation for their support of not just this, but of almost every one of the projects and undertakings that we have had over my term as governor of the state. Now, why an aviation academy? Well, the truth of the matter is because we need it. We are fortunate that Georgia has and is the home of Delta Airlines, Gulfstream, Pratt & Whitney, and a number of others that are related to the activities of the airlines and aircraft industry, both public and private types of aircraft. And they have been very successful in our state, and they're all continuing to grow. I want to take you back just a bit to explain why we believe this academy is going to work. One of the things that we did early on when we were in the grips of that Great Recession, when our unemployment rate was about 10.4%, which now it is well below 4%, by the way. And well, I asked the question, since we've got so many people that are losing their jobs, do we still have jobs in Georgia that have just gone unfilled? And the answer came back yes. And the reason was that employers could not find workers with the skill sets that they needed to fill those jobs. So in working with the General Assembly, we moved forward with the concept of, started off calling it the High Demand Career Initiative. That was just a little too fancy. It is now the Hope Career Grant Program. And it focuses on those definitions of jobs available and not enough skilled workers. It focuses on training Georgians to have those skill sets to fill those job openings that are already here. Now, I am told that in this aircraft maintenance category, the state of Georgia needs about 2,000 per year. Can you imagine that? 2,000 per year. There are a lot of forces at work. First of all, the baby boomers, which I'm too old to even claim to be a member of that generation, but the baby boomers are retiring, and many of them are filling those slots in this very important area, as well as the fact that the aviation industry is growing, and it's growing right here in Georgia. I am proud to see President Newcomb, who is here. This will be under the auspices of the Chattahoochee Tech. There will be an extension of their operations there, and they have already have a great history and record of filling those job slots that I just talked about. Now, when we first started out on this concept of filling those jobs, we started with 4 categories, and we are now up to 17 different categories. The context of that is, if you will pursue a degree or a diploma in one of those 17 areas, the state of Georgia, through our HOPE grant program, will pay 100% of your tuition to do so. And that will apply to the jobs that are going to be created here by virtue of those who will pursue these aviation mechanic degrees. Now, the success of that program is almost unheard of in terms of its percentages. We did a survey not too long ago about how are these things working out? Are these people who are trying to get certificates and diplomas in these needed areas, are they finding jobs? We found out that over 88% of them, when they've gotten a certificate or diploma in one of these 17 areas, over 88% of them find a job in the specialty that they have trained for. But overall, even if they didn't get one in that particular area, overall, 99.2% of them get a job. Now, I've never heard of anything that successful. Now, this academy will not only fill a need simply because the need exists, but it is one that's going to continue to grow. In fact, you probably don't realize that Georgia ranks 4th in the nation in terms of people who are employed in this aviation field. We're only behind Texas, Florida, and California, and our demand continues to grow. And over the next 10 years, it's going to continue to exceed the demand of the national average. So it's spreading that Georgia is the place to be, Georgia is the place to grow, Georgia is the place to live. And as that happens, we're going to see more and more demand for these kinds of skilled people to be put into our workforce. Now, we are hopeful that this FAA certification is going to be important to the individuals who pursue those degrees, and I'm sure that it will. And the reason that I say that is I am told that the average salary is almost $30 an hour. That ought to get a lot of folks' attention. And it is a field where your ability to find a job will be almost instantaneous, and your ability to maintain that job will be one that will follow you if you choose for the rest of your working career. So thank you all for being here today. Thanks to the members of the General Assembly who are assembled here. And you need to thank them, because these Hope Career Grant programs would not have been possible had they not agreed to put it into the budget every year. Thanks also to the county commissioners for your donation of the land that's going to make this academy possible. And this is a welcoming community, so get ready to open your arms a little wider. You're going to have a lot of young people who look at this as a real opportunity, and I am pleased that it's going to be happening right here in your community. Thank you very much.
Just a couple of closing remarks, and I didn't want to take any of Commissioner Arthur's thunder, but I actually used to work for Governor Deal in the aviation world and enjoyed it so much. But can you believe that the last 5 years, Georgia has been #1 in all of the United States of America in business 5 years in a row? The only other thing I have is there's some cake over here that my assistant calls it adult cake. I think that means heavy chocolate. I don't know. And we've got water and coffee, and we wanted to get some pictures. So if the elected officials can stand by, where are we going to do that, Frank? Right here. So we'll just gather right around the podium here. And thanks again for everybody being here. We got such a great community and county, and we're going to move forward with all of us working together. Thank you.
All right.